Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see manufacturing processes. Here I have written a part 1 because the range of manufacturing processes is very long, and if we try to see all the processes in one video, then that video gets very lengthy. So I have divided into some parts so that we can see these manufacturing processes in detail. If we remember, in old age there are manufacturing processes which are look like this, where the skilled labors are required in very high quantity. So they will perform whatever manufacturing processes are required, and they used to make the parts which are not that much complex, and it will take very long time, and it is required a skill labor, so its cost also very high. But if we see today's processes, they are very mechanized, and there is very less number of people are required, and these are mostly performed by machines which are very with very high skill, and with robotics or with the programming, so there is very less chances of error. So these are the processes which give us very good quality products, and they will solve our problems. So we will see these different manufacturing processes in our this video. So please stay with me so you will understand what are the manufacturing processes are there in industry. Manufacturing processes are subdivided into six segments. One is additive manufacturing, second is subtractive manufacturing, then forming, then cutting, then joining processes, and finishing process. These six processes are used to produce whatever design is there or whatever component is there that we have to use. So if we see the additive manufacturing processes, additive means we have to add material on the base surfaces, so you will get the part. That is called as additive manufacturing processes, which are like 3D printing or metal printing. You can see here in these images. So this kind of complex part also you can make with 3D printing processes. Then it's come to the subtractive manufacturing. What is subtractive manufacturing? Means you have the metal with you, or any material with you, raw material, and you can remove that material whichever is not required, and you can produce your part. So that are the like CNC processes are there, lathe machining is there. So these kind of processes you can perform, and you can make your part with the subtractive manufacturing processes. Then there is a forming process. What is mean by forming? Means you have some raw material in a sheet kind of format, or any other format, and you can give high pressure on that, and you can form your part. If you see here, it is the blow molding process we have shown. So basically blow molding is a plastic manufacturing processes. So there you can form by applying a pressure on your plastic sheets. Also you can see here a forging process, that is also is one type of forming process. So these are the processes. Another process is like a die casting process. Sheet metal forming process is there. So these are the processes which comes under the forming processes. This is a vacuum forming process, another process for the plastic manufacturing. So these type of processes we will see later in different these segments where we are going to see in detail. So next process is coming a cutting process. Cutting process is like if you have to remove some part from the sheet, so you can perform a laser cutting or water jet cutting. So these are the processes. Another process is EDM process is there. So these are the processes which used to remove the material from the sheets or any part. So these are comes under the cutting processes. Now we come to the joining process. Joining process is also, like bolting or riveting or welding. So these are the processes which used to join two parts to make one assembly or one component. So these are also main processes which are required to make your component and your product. And after that, once you perform all the things like manufacturing processes which are like a forming or cutting or joining, then you come in the final stage of the product, which is finishing of the product. So finishings comes like painting or powder coating or anodizing. So these are the processes which you used to perform as per your requirement of the part, so that you will get very good looking and very good looking and attractive component or your part, and you can present it to your customer. So first manufacturing process is additive manufacturing, which is again divided into SLA, SLS, FDM, and you can also divide it into metal 3D printing. So basically these three processes, SLA, SLS and FDM, we will see in this video. First one is the SLA. SLA stands for stereolithography. How it is performed means there is a laser is given, then this yellow part, it is a photosensitive resin which of that material from which you want to create that part, and above that the floating platform is given which hold your part, and once your layers are created, it will go above and above, so that that can produce your part. So that is the process which is called as a SLA. Then second process come is SLS. This is called as a selective laser sintering. So what is basic difference in between two? One, in SLA we use a like a photosensitive resin, and in the SLS we use a powder format of that particular material, and this is performed like when the laser used to sinter that powder, and from that sintering its part is gets created, as you can see in this video. So next process is come is FDM, that is called as fused deposition modeling. So what is that? There is one spooler which have your plastic component thread or filament, and that is filled on your like a floating platform in on the layer by layer, and then your part is get created. You can see this in this video. So these are these three processes, that is SLA, SLS and FDM. Now we will see what is the difference in these three. So there are six differences, means main six differences you can consider. So we can start with the material difference. In the stereolithography or SLA, the material is in resin format, which is photosensitive resin. In SLS, the material is in powder format, and in FDM material is in filament or thread format. In SLS, surface quality is very superior. In SLS compared to SLA it is not good, but in compared to FDM it is good quality. In FDM the surface quality is very poor because of the layers are created. Third form means like a third difference is surface texture. This in SLA surface texture is very smooth and shiny, but in SLS it is not that smooth. It is in between your SLS texture or SLS surface texture and FDM surface texture. And in FDM the surface texture is very poor because layers are visible. Then in SLA you can do the painting with very less polishing work, but in SLS you have to do the polishing, dyeing, and after that you can do the painting on that. But in FDM the process is very longer because you have to first remove that means like visible layers, and you have to polish it very clearly, and then you have to paint it, so that will take some time. In SLA it is relatively expensive, means like in cost perspective if we see, it is expensive than SLS and FDM, but SLS is in between like SLA and FDM because its cost is on the lower side, and FDM is very cheap manufacturing process, that you means that this is used to just check how the part is going to look, that you can check in this FDM. And sixth point is dimensional accuracy. In SLA you will get very high accuracy product as compared to SLS and FDM. SLS will have means like on the average kind of dimensional accuracy, and on the FDM the dimensional accuracy is very poor. You can just see how the product is looking and what is the volume there, means you can't use this product as for the dimensional accuracy. So these are the main three processes in the 3D printing, which are SLA, SLS and FDM. The next processes of manufacturing processes we will see in our later parts. Thank you very much for watching my video, and please do like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you very much.